Hi, friends. Have you ever wondered exactly how many ants live on Earth? Possibly not, but it's certainly a question we have asked ourselves. In research, an approximate answer we conservatively estimate our planet harbor about 20 quadrillion ants. That's 20,000 million millions, or in numerical form, 20 with 15 zeros. We further estimate the world ants collectively constitute about 12 million tons of dry carbon. This exceeds the mass of all the world wild birds and wild mammals combined. It also equals to about one-fifth of the total weight of humans. Eminent biologist Edward O. Wilson once said, insects and other invertebrates are the little things that run the world. And he was right. Ants, in particular, are a crucial part of the nature. Among other roles, ants create the soil, disperse seeds, break down organic material, create habitat for other animals, and form an important part of the food chain. Estimating ant numbers and mass provides an important baseline from which to monitor and population amid varying environmental changes. There are more than 15,700 named species and subspecies of ants, and many other not yet named by science. Ants' high degree of social organization has enabled them to colonize nearly all ecosystems and regions around the globe. And research involved an analysis of 489 studies of ant populations conducted by fellows and scientists from around the world. This includes non-English literature in languages such as Spanish, French, German, Russian, Mandarin, and Portuguese. The research spanned all continents and major habitats including forests, deserts, grasslands, and cities. They use standardized methods for collecting and counting ants such as pitfalls, traps, and leaf litter samples. From all this, we estimate there are approximately 20 quadrillion ants on Earth. This figure, though conservative, is between 2 and 20 times higher than previous estimates. The previous figure employed a top-down approach by assuming ants comprise about 1% of Earth's estimated insect population. In contrast, our bottom-up estimate is more reliable because it uses data on ants observed directly in the field and makes few assumptions. Our next step was to work out how much all these ants weigh. The mass of organism is typically measured in terms of their carbon makeup. We estimated that 20 quadrillion average size ants correspond to a dry weight or biomass of approximately 12 million tons of carbon. This is more than the combined biomass of wild birds and mammals and about 20% of total human biomass. Carbon makes up about half the dry weight of an ant. If the weight of other bodily element was included, the total mass of the world's ant would be higher still. We also found ants are distributed unevenly on Earth's surface. They vary sixfold between habitats and generally peak in the tropics. This underscores the importance of tropical region in maintaining healthy and populations. Ants were also particularly abundant in forests and surprisingly in arid regions. but they become less common in human-made habitats. Our finding comes with a few caveats. For example, the sampling location in our data set are uniquely or unevenly distributed across geographic regions, and the vast majority of samples were collected from the ground layer, meaning we have very little information about ant numbers in trees or undergrounds. This means our findings are somewhat incomplete. Ants also provide vital ecosystem service for humans. For instance, a recent study found ants can be more effective than pesticides at helping farmers produce food. Ants have also developed tight interaction with other organisms, and some species cannot survive without them. For example, some birds rely on ants to flush out their prey, and thousands of plant species either feed or house ants in exchange for protection or dispersal of their seeds. And many ants are predators, helping to keep population of other insects in check. Alarmingly, global insect numbers are declining due to threats such as habitat destruction and fragmentation, chemical use, invasive species, and climate change. But data on insect biodiversity is alarmingly scarce. We hope our study provide a baseline for further research to help fill this gap. It is humanity interest to monitor ant population. Counting ant is not difficult, and citizen scientists from all over the world could help investigate how these important animals are faring at a time of great environmental change. Hopefully, this video will help you to get some more information. If you think that this information was knowledge based, then please subscribe the channel. Thank you.